Hey guys, and welcome back to the Anchored Healing Space. I am going to be having another chit chat with you guys really quick. This is going to be short, sweet, and to the point. I want to talk about starving your distractions and feeding your focus, especially at a time when we are going through so much and we are trying to just navigate through life and trying to find our place and find our footing and trying to figure out how we can add to the world, how we can add to certain movements, and how we can use our platforms and what we are called to do, what our gifts and our talents are to actually make a difference in the world and in our society. So for me, I just was thinking about, how some distractions have been popping up in my life and how I've responded, if I could have responded better, if I, responded, perfectly, whatever that may be. I feel like this is an on time thing, especially in this moment where I am super focused on, doing what I need to do to make sure the vision that I have for my life is coming into, it's manifesting, if you will. So, okay. So if you are interested in having this conversation with me, stay tuned. Okay, so number one, identify your distractions or temptations and uproot them and identify where they started. So it's one thing to know what distracts you. It's one thing to know and identify your temptations, but the real work is getting to the bottom of it and uprooting that to make sure that you're identifying why that's a distraction or a temptation in the first place. So really kind of going back in time and seeing when do I remember first getting into that? When do I, not even getting into that, but even if it's for me, a distraction for me would be maybe it's someone from my past that I've dated and I was really in love with or whatever the case may be. And, we went our separate ways and there may still be an attraction or love there, but it's just it's just never going to happen because you just play with my life basically. But if it's genuine, especially for me, once I love you and once I've, invested my time and my energy and my love and my spirit with you, it's I'm kind of invested for, not invested for life, but that connection is always going to be there, especially if the chemistry is crazy. I know for a fact that that relationship or that person, that connection is not conducive to my growth and it does not, work best for my highest good. I know that for a fact. But when that person may come around, those feelings or that energy or that connection may reignite, but it comes with no different outcome. It's still the same unhealthy, toxic, whatever that may be for you, or in my case, I know it wasn't healthy. So yeah, the idea of it would be cute and good and it'll be fun, it'll be nostalgic, but it's not feeding me. It's not pushing me to my goal. It's not feeding my vision. It's only a distraction to take my eyes off the end goal. So what you have to do is you have to get to the bottom of why was that a temptation? Why was that, a distraction in the first place? And then you just have to realize, what, at that moment in my life, that's what I wanted. I wanted that for this, that, and the third reason. For me, if I've never been a person to look for love in the wrong places. I've always loved out of total, authenticity and genuine love and just wanting the best, for that situation or for myself. But I may not have had the right mindset as far as what, if this doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. Or, what, I may have settled for things that I know I deserve better. You know what I mean? And what I had to do was I had to realize many of the ideologies that I had in reference to love, for sure, started in my childhood. For me, I loved based on how I envisioned love to be, how I wanted to be loved, not from what I've seen. You know what I mean? So I only seen a few good relationships in my life, a few healthy relationships in my life. So I tried to emulate and try to make unhealthy situations healthy. I tried to make, situations where I wasn't being reciprocated. I didn't try to force them, but I stuck around to see, okay, well, maybe they'll get it. And so just out of genuine love and just genuinely giving yourself, to someone and just wanting it to work. Looking past the bad and looking only at the good, you know, ignoring them red flags. So what I had to do was I had to identify like the little girl in me, like why was I so, you know, adamant about making something work that was never going to work and that was never meant for me. So when those distractions come around, I had to like fight the urge to entertain it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, you love this person. Yeah, it could have worked, but it didn't work. And it didn't work for a reason. It was never supposed to work. What I had to do was I had to realize and I had to put in the forefront of my mind all of the lessons that I learned from the experience, and not the feelings that I experienced. Hear me again. I had to put the lessons in front of me and put the feelings away, because those feelings will trump the lessons, when the lessons is where the wisdom is, where the determination, where the motivation to stay focused and not even entertain it. For me, I had to uproot, I had to identify where they started, why they even started, and then I had to release it. So that's number one. Number two, make a commitment to yourself to only give time, energy, thought, and focus to things that are of your highest good and for your highest good. It is super challenging at times to be like, okay, I'm going to just focus. Like, you also want time to enjoy and play and just breathe and, you know, experience life and do the things that really make you happy, that bring you the most joy. But when it comes to your vision for your life, and when it comes to being healthy and whole and being, you know, basically the you that you envision yourself to be, you have to make a commitment to yourself that, you know, just like you would make a commitment to your spouse, just like you would make a commitment to your friendships and to like your leader or whatever, you need to make a commitment to yourself first and foremost, that you will not stop at anything to make sure you reach your goals, and to make sure that you are only allowing things into your space, into your mind, into your heart, into your spirit, and into your soul, and into your body that are for your highest good. So you have to make a commitment to yourself. Like, even if you have to do it every day as an affirmation, even if you have to incorporate that into your prayer, Lord, help me to, you know, make this commitment to myself. Help me to stick to it. Like, you have to work at it. And if you're not in this place where you can just say it and mean it, make it a part of your daily routine to affirm that until it becomes your reality. Number three, close the door and throw away the key to any distraction or temptation. This is super hard because we feel like we can, like, overtake temptation. We feel like we just have it on lock to the point where it doesn't matter how strong the temptation or the distraction is. I literally have this. Like, I have God on my side. Like, God not gonna let me. No. The flesh is weak, okay? And not just saying on a sexual level or anything like that, but just in general, anything that is working against your highest good, your self-development, your spirituality, just your growth in general, it's going to be hard to overcome that unless you are like the strongest person on earth. I am a firm believer that we are always in a place of self-improvement and self-development. So yeah, you may think you have it under control, but who's to say that you do? You never know what type of distraction or what level of distraction or the intensity of it is coming at you on that specific date or time or whatever. So you need to be adamant about locking the door, not keeping it cracked a little bit, because I've been there, not closing it, but not locking it, been there, not closing it, locking it, but keeping the key, you know, just thinking like, oh, throw it over there. No, You have to literally lock it, throw the key away, never to be seen again, so that you are not tempted to open that door, okay? So that's one of the biggest things, being strong enough to really make that decision to be like, no, I'm done. Like, I'm not even going to allow this anywhere near me. And last but not least, expect distractions to come, but move off of experience. And that's what I said in the previous note about the lessons. So it'll be easy to, like, okay, it's one thing to okay, yeah, I know every time, what do they say? New level brings new devils or whatever like that. Some saying that I've heard plenty of times. But for me, I'm always expecting something to challenge my self-development because I know the anointing and the calling on my life. I know that once I make one move closer to where I want to go and where I need to go, I know that something is going to come and try to, mess it up. But it is up to me to go off of the lessons and go off the wisdom and go off the experience that I've gained from that, opposed to moving off of my feelings or my desires. And this is kind of repetitive for the previous, one of the previous notes, but what I'm saying is don't be naive to the fact that there are always going to be distractions. So whenever you increase, don't be alarmed when adversity comes. It's going to come. It's going to always come. Like, that is just the way of life. That's just how the adversary works. Don't be alarmed. Don't be taken aback. Don't be surprised. Always be expecting distractions and temptations to do what they do best. They're sent to distract you. They're sent to take you off task. They're sent to keep you in a place of, being stagnant and not producing and moving forward and growing. So always expect it, but always move off experience. Take those lessons, have it embedded in your heart and your mind. And just, even if you have to like journal about it, you know what I mean? Just get it out and make sure you have it in front of you, or make sure you just have it within you. These are the lessons, like these, just tap into the lessons that you learned so that you're not falling victim to your distractions and your temptations. So I hope I'm not rambling. I hope I'm not being repetitive. That's all I have for you guys. Listen, okay, they're doing fireworks, so I'm gonna go. Love you guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys in another video, because I'm going to try to talk and it's going to be popping and all of that good stuff. So I don't even want to put you guys through that. It's lit. Make sure you celebrate Juneteenth. Black people, okay? Do not celebrate 4th of July. That is not our holiday. With love, okay? Love you guys. Bye.